Hi guys, welcome to the stream. Hope you guys are well. Yes, we continue these little mini streams where I keep things short, and the goal is, of course, to try and see explain certain things in the game that might get others confused. Yesterday we talked about team instructions, like some commonly misunderstood team instructions, like play out of defense, and why that is principally not something that you want to look at if you're trying to just keep possession of the ball. Is just a side effect. The real reason why we use POOD is to draw teams into attacking us so that they leave space behind that we can take advantage of. But to do that effectively, we gotta set the tactic up, right? So we did that as well on the stream. Hopefully you were able to watch that stream. It's still available on YouTube in case you haven't seen it yet. Hey, Coventry fan, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. See you your first time here. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good time. Guys, it is raining cats and dogs around me. Yeah, the weather is really strange here. It's scorching hot, like 37 degrees in the morning, and then thunderstorms at night. So it's that weird time of the year when the Nino or the El Nino or the Nanan, whatever it's called, like, the bad weather around the world. Yeah, I just spent a fair bit of time in the sun today, enjoying it before the rain came. And as I'm picking my kids up from school and I'm bringing them home and I'm watching the weather turn in the car, and I'm telling my kids, "Hey, check it out! That tree's about to fall." Of course, kids get excited when they see disasters. And there was a lot of strange things are happening in the world right now, and I'm not going to talk about it. Sometimes I do feel like talking about it, but I'm going to avoid it because it's a dark, dark world out there right now. Hey, it's not all, burgers in the sky dropping, giving you free food. Santa Claus raining down gifts and all that kind of stuff. It's not that happy. But I'm happy that you guys are here because that's a good thing. That's the good thing right now. Okay, other than seeing what's happening in the world is really pissing me off. Good to hear that you're doing well, country fan. Yep. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, today we're gonna be looking at play instructions instead of using a team. Well, yesterday we did team instructions, right? Basically, I just want to know every single team instruction, but I covered the main ones, the ones that people sometimes get, a bit confused with. One of the things I avoided was the trap inside and trap outside. I tend to suggest to people to avoid that instruction because trap inside triggers when the opposition has the ball in their half already, So if they have the ball, that you're starting to trap from the moment they have the ball, and it means that if you're trapping inside, the guys in the center of the path, they're just gonna go, hey, why don't you go on down the middle? So and that presupposes if you want to get that set up right, you're gonna have to somehow or another choose the right roles in the center eventually when they do decide, we want to tackle somewhere. So, and it does work in some setups, but they're more like counter-attacking setups. I find that trap outside really works really, really well in a 4-1-3-2. Yeah. Because then you've got those trap outside. You just want them to come down the flanks, and then when you counter-attack, it's down the flanks too, and you can bomb in crosses. So that's basically how you use the traps. You got to think about where the trap is happening. First, whether you can defend that trap. And secondly, when you counter attacking, the attack is released from that direction. So it's pretty complicated. And I find that if you just want to trap players, the best thing to use is opposition instructions. That has worked so well for me. Godspurs, welcome to the stream, man. So what's the news? Are you guys up in arms, Thomas Frank, or are you just hoping for the best? Because I think Thomas Frank, not an improvement, man. I do not think he's going to be an improvement for Spurs. No. I hope I'm wrong. Speaking of improvements, Luis Diaz wants an improvement to his state in life, or rather Barcelona want an improvement, right? They're coming in with a big offer for Luis Diaz from Liverpool, and they're basically saying, look, we're going in no holds barred. We want that player. We want Luis Diaz. Now, if Liverpool lose Luis Diaz, which isn't the end of the world for Liverpool, and they don't get Florian Wirtz because Bayer Leverkusen are holding out for like 150 million euros, and Liverpool are only willing to go as high as 150 million pounds, and Liverpool are only willing to go as high as 116 pounds. And that's considering the fact that there's no other club bidding for him at the moment. Everybody else has dropped out of the race. Only Liverpool remain. Question is, will he come? Liverpool have already signed a couple of players. I mean, but then the major signings haven't come through the door yet. So it's pretty disconcerting, actually, if I was a Liverpool fan. Yeah, well, the rest are strengthening. I mean, looking at City, they made some signings. They did some last season. They're doing some more this season. So they're looking good. United, yep, they're making signings as well. So Liverpool still haven't got their Florian Wirtz through the door yet. I mean, it looks like they're literally parking all their money on that one player. They think they can build a team around, because that's the goal. That's what Arne Slot wants. He wants to build a team around Florian Wirtz, and Liverpool have to put in the money. I hope Frank does the business. I'm happy with the appointment. Okay, all right, that's good. I mean, if the Spurs fans are happy, I guess that's more important, right? No, not some neutral observer from outside going, Thomas Frank, not so sure about that appointment. Yeah, I mean, Ange Postecoglou had my head scratching as well, and I kind of like expected Ange not to do well. I mean, I did warn everybody he's going to have a great first half and a terrible second half, which turned out to be true in more ways than one, right? He did deliver that magical trophy. He did deliver something after 2 seasons, so his record as a man who delivers after 2 seasons still stands. Impressive. So today, what we're gonna on today's stream, right? We're gonna do essentially. Yesterday we did team instructions. Today I'm gonna avoid the other team instructions because most of them are straightforward and some you just plumb avoid. Okay. What I'm gonna focus on, I do want to do one stream where I'm talking about defensive line and the line of engagement, because that is another one that people seem to misunderstand sometimes. But we're gonna forget that. Well, I'm not forget. We're gonna put that on the back burner first. But what we're gonna do today is play instructions. So essentially, the goal here is very simple, right? Okay. Now, whenever we play the game, people there've been there's some tactics that come out, right? And people stick in PIs. There are 2 things here. One, there was a myth a long time ago that if the more PIs you put on a player, the more confused the AI gets. All right? And the more unpredictable your game becomes, and that's the way to play. Okay. That was a long time ago, okay? And that wasn't even true back then. Okay. It wasn't even true back then. So it's definitely not the case. So sticking in PIs for the sake of sticking in PIs does not make the player unpredictable, and it is not a way to exploit the match engine. You exploit a match engine by using your head, common sense, okay? Use your brains, because the AI doesn't have many permutations in its tactics. So essentially, your creativity with tactics is actually going to be the thing that turns matches around, right? So that's what you should be focused on. Now, the thing is that that's the first one. You dump in all our play instructions. The second one was I can make a role play like let's say you take a basic CM on central midfielder. I can make him play like a Mazala if I choose all the PIs and I give him some traits. Wrong, because play instructions are a tendency to do something. Do they override team instructions? No, they kind of work hand in. There's no such thing as a play instruction canceling out a team instruction. Meaning, if I tell my team to play short and I tell this player to play direct, it doesn't mean that he's canceling the team instruction. It just means that his tendency to play direct passes will be increased. All right, he might play more direct passes. Okay, but it doesn't mean that he's always going to play direct passes. There's a difference between the two. So the play instruction isn't a change per se in the behavior of the player for 90 minutes. It's only the likelihood they will do something for a period of time. Now, how long is this period of time in the game? It's a tendency to. I guess it's got to do with risk. So the higher your mentality, the more likely he's going to try these things, and the lower mentality, the less likely he's to do it. That's guesswork on my part. I've not really had the time or had the patience to sit through and actually clock in every single PI that he's doing in the game. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to later. Oh, we got some questions here, man. Ladislav Havelka, I have a question. You recommend 7 friendlies. How would you divide them into 5 weeks of preseason? Thank you, and I really appreciate your work for the FM community. Thank you very much for those kind words, man. Very much. Very, very that brilliant. I love it when people say they appreciate the work. Yeah, it's just a joy for me to do these videos. Yeah, I know that I haven't been doing a lot of short form videos lately. It's because I'm actually kind of taking a break. Yeah, I mean, like, if I want to go back and do the short form videos, it's like rehashing old videos. And, you know, you guys know where I stand with all this. I'm not after clicks or views or anything like that. The video is out there. It's the same thing that's been the case since 1998. There's no change. Like, you know, there isn't a new way of doing things. It's always been the same. Same thing happens with preseason. It hasn't changed since 1998. That's how original this game is. Very original game. Very, very original. What you did in 1998 still works today. Essentially, you just make sure that, you see, the thing about preseason is it all depends on how big your squad is. How many players do you want going for preseason? There are 2 things that you want to focus on. 1, do you have players who need to learn a new position? Those 7 matches are very valuable because they can get a player quite familiar with the position if he's never played there before, and within a month after preseason is over, he gets, you know, he knows that position. He won't be making as many mistakes as he did at the start, but he gets accustomed to it. So if you have a player that needs to learn a new position, he has to play for every preseason friendly for at least like 45 to 50 minutes. So how do you schedule these? You want to make sure that you don't play more than 2 matches every 72 hours. So you can do that. So what I normally do in my schedule is I just create my preseason training schedule and I let the S-men, and I just, you know, I'll just sometimes I create my schedule, I pop in my training schedule before the calendar is out, right? So the calendar doesn't come out for the matches yet, so I just put it in. And then after that, they'll just slot in the preseason. I don't change anything. So what you want to do in preseason is make sure that your players that need familiarity, maybe they play a bit more, but you rotate your squad. Make sure the squad is deep enough so you don't run into injuries. You're bound to get injuries because preseasons are aggressive. Most players will get muscular injuries. So what you want to be doing is paying attention to that. Players who got recurring injuries, you maybe want to, you know, ease off a bit. You definitely don't want to be playing it on double intensity. During preseason, you avoid that. You want to play on normal intensity. So basically, that's how I would do it. Hey, Big Sam, how are you, man? You came in when I'm live. Very nice. Godspur, Zavi was my number 1 choice, but is he having a break from football? Angie will be okay. Yeah, he'll be fine. Angie will be fine. The mini transfer window closes today. The next transfer will be hectic. Yeah, the next transfer window will be mad because they've given the clubs time, right, to do the transfer windows. Okay, so first up, we're going to make a tactic. I'm going to use the editor for this because the moment players get injured, we're going to just remove all injuries, okay? That's the goal. This show is not about, hey, look at me, I can win the season. No, man. I want to make sure that the players are available, okay? Which is the reason why Romelu Lukaku is in this team as well, so we can have we can play like, 2 striker systems. Okay, so now we've got these 2 roles, Mazzala. Okay, I'm intentionally making this tactic right now. So I'm going to show you guys this tactic. It's just going to explain how PIs actually affect your tactic, right? So we got this winger. Okay, we got no PIs here. We got no PIs here. We got no PIs here. Now we got a Mazzala, get further forward, stay wider, move into channels, roam from position. That's a Mazzala. Can we make this guy do the same thing? So a lot of people do this, no? Move into roam channels. Okay, I got myself a Mazzala. Get further forward, roam from him, move channels. What does this guy? Stay wider, okay? I'm in here. Stay wider a bit. Okay. All right, now. So we got get wider. Now you see it move into channels. Look at this right now. You see this? Move into channels means he's going to go bang, 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 bang. That's what move into channels means. When we come in here and then we PI this guy and we put stay wide, what's going to happen is during the build-up, he's going to be here sometimes, but he's not going to go dang, 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 dang. He's not going to move into channels all the time, right? But the thing is this, looking at his of the ball is 15. So there is going to be some movement from him. Now let's compare how these 2 roles work, right? Okay, how these 2. Now we come down here, FB automatic. Yeah. It's even more fun. Okay, this is even more fun. Okay. Now we got fullback support. He's got no PIs. So what we'll do is give him some PIs, like cut inside. Do the fun of it. Sit narrow. Things I like to do, right? Okay, we'll put him there. Cut inside, sit narrow. We'll come inside here. Tell him, sit narrow, cut inside. It's basically the same thing, right? We play on balance. So the thing about play instructions is, if you use an auto duty, he follows a mentality. So what do you want to do? First couple of minutes, we're going to look at the positioning of both these players, okay? Do you remember your Monty Python tactic? I think it will be beautifully adapted to white liberos. Wow, I forgot my Monty Python. I forgotten what my Monty Python tactic looks like. I made a lot of tactics over the years, no? There was a day when I was asking myself, can you put all the tactics you created and just do a show on it? I wish maybe I can do that, no? No, I don't keep all the tactics because I delete every folder for tactics. Let me see. I gotta check the Dropbox folder now. I don't think I keep everything. Yeah, I don't. FM24, FM22, 22 tactics. Do we still have it? I got BYT final run. I got until 22, I think. 23 I definitely have. Yeah, I don't think I have 21, 20. I don't keep all the tactics. So 343 cyclists. FM23. FM23 tactics. See whether it's got it here. Holy cow, how many tactics did I make, man, here? You got patch tactics. This is crazy. Look at them. Demos. Palemo, Pantarosa, Target Man, Raid Machine. Wow, Raid Machine was a good tactic. Huh? Remember Raid Machine? Raid Machine was a good tactic. It was used in PvP play against me. Somebody actually used a Raid Machine tactic against me in PvP and he kept beating me and I was like, well, what tactic are you using? And he laughingly said, it's your Raid Machine tactic. I was like, oh shit, okay, it's my own tactic now. It was quite fun. I make my own, right? So, okay, so we got Winter Patch, Love Box, the Love Box, Darling with the Love Box, Red Pharaoh Psycho, Last Christmas, okay, Houdini's brother. Oh, there was a Houdini tactic as well. Then we got Liquid, so many tactics, man. Then we got Grade A tactics, or whatever that was, whatever that meant. I think this was for PvP. I think this must have been PvP because flat DM counter, yeah, this must be PvP. Best formations. Wow, really? Best formation. No, there's no Monty Python here. Yeah, there's no Monty Python anymore. FM22 trialists. Oh, these are the trial tactics. Oh. These are the ones that I make and then okay, I'll see. There's HC inspired. There's Houdini's brother. There's a Libero monster. There's a Raid Machine. There's a lot of tactics. Yeah, a lot, man. I'm looking at all my tactics from the years past, right? Let's see whether... let's go and see. I don't want to go into Dropbox folder. My Dropbox folder is messy. You got so many tactics. FM Training Test, CM, Firestorm, Arsenal Cautious Balance, Bale Leverkusen Counter, Dirty. If it's a trial tactic, means I have not really done. I mean, I played it once or twice and that was it. No, I don't see Monty Python. Yeah. This is different. Let me look at Monty Python. Definitely not FM23. I mean, maybe I made it and then I put it in the folder for you guys and I never ever kept it for myself. Yeah, that's possible, no? I made a lot of tactics for you guys and I never kept it for myself. Yeah. What's your favorite role? Poacher. Yeah, my favorite role is a poacher. Yeah, I build all my tactics around poacher because I want to score lots of goals. I want to have very high XG tactics. So if I want a very high XG tactic, there's always a poacher. Yeah. Yeah, if I make any other role, I will not get as high because my average XG is something like 3 per game. I made a YouTube video on it even. Wow, Monty Python. Must be a while. Okay, let's do this. Okay, so let's do this first. All right, and then we'll maybe revisit some of the old tactics. Okay, so we got all these players in. So we got pressing forward. Right. So we got a winger, we got another winger, we got Mickey here, we got Mazala. So the question is, when you start looking at the game first up, right? You notice one thing, Mazala and CM, initial positioning is different. Because in Football Manager, right, the positioning is important. No? What positioning? The height of the two uniforms. One uniform is slightly higher than the other. Immediately tells you that both roles have a different starting mentality. That's the only clue here, no? Because it affects their starting position. Right? So if you go in here and you change all the striker roles, you notice some are further, some are deeper, right? That's because their starting mentality is different. Okay. What roles? In a 4-2-3-1, winger, inside forward, attack duty, round out also. I have a round out also coming in and a playmaker. Yeah, I don't know. Thoughts on the temporary close of transfer window? Nothing much, man, Marcus. I mean, like, it's still early days. Because they wanted to do that window. They wanted to the window to close because of the Club World Cup, right? That's all. On creating tactical situations where a deep player receives a third man pass but receiving space while running. Huh? Okay, that seems like a question without a question. All right, so we're gonna compare these two, and we're gonna compare these two, right? Okay, this is just a comparison. Let me just save the game. Okay, I only want to do this once. I found it in your Dropbox. FF23 public tactics, patch tactics, winter patch tactics. Oh, there is one. Dropbox, FM23 tactics, Dropbox, winter patch tactics. This one, Monty Python. Yeah, I think it's in the public one. I don't have all. I don't normally keep all the tactics. One day I'll look at it. Yeah, it's still there. I didn't delete that folder. The folder is still going strong. So I can play 1 week for the first 3 weeks, then 2 a week for the yeah. I can. You can do that definitely. Yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do now? We're gonna come in here. We're gonna go to comprehensive. Okay. Then we're gonna look at the two roles, right? So here we got the two fullbacks. Then we got the two CMs. You'll notice one thing, right? In terms of their the way they perform, right? This Mickey is now playing that PI. We PI the living daylights out of him. So you get further forward, roam from position and stay. But he's not going to do as much of the ting, ting, ting. The channel is basically these spaces. Okay, this is one channel. This is the second channel. This is the third channel. This is the fourth channel. And this is the fifth channel. There are basically 5 channels in the game, right? So Mickey just comes in here, he does his job, but doesn't move in between, doesn't swap positions with the other player. Ball goes in, there's a fullback, another fullback. Notice that both are about the same, but you look at it's relative to the baller, basically. Okay, now the thing is this, right? Whenever you do these PIs, it's a tendency to, it won't change the role. It won't be wide all the time. Okay. So looking at where Mickey now is, let's look for Mickey. Okay, hey Mickey, you're so fine. Where are you, Mickey? Hey Mickey. Okay, look at Mickey, right? Now Mickey has been told to stay wide. He's just staying relative to the other position. Oh, he's gone there. He's not staying wide. He's relative to this guy. So it's only a tendency to do it some of the time. You see this? Look at these positions, right? So you look at the two roles here. These are both fullbacks, right? The initial positioning of the fullback on support is actually higher than the fullback on auto. Now I'm going to change this now to attacking. This guy's position is going to change. Does the recent Nations League winners Portugal prove that Spain can be stopped in the next World Cup? No, it's only the Nations League. Yeah, the Nations League isn't something that I don't think it's good to have. It's great for the fans. It's financial. They're trying to make it into a financial cow so that they can milk it. But still, it's hard. The World Cup and Nations League are two different competitions. Right. The World Cup is like different teams are taking part. They're not European, your typical Europeans. I say comparing the two is kind of hard for me. It doesn't mean that they can be stopped. I think Spain are still one of the favorites for the next World Cup. And Germany might be coming to be surprise a few people. I don't think it was a good idea to sack Ange Postecoglou. Yeah. I never did. I think giving Ange Postecoglou a chance would have been good. Where's Mickey now? Mickey is here, relative to the ball. Huh? Hey, Gaff. Hi, Intanin, how are you, man? He's relative to the ball. Huh? Okay, does he stay wide? Because when stay wider, that PI, right, also influences the team doing the defensive phase. So watch him, huh? Okay. Yeah, look, this is the other Mazzala, the Barella. Okay. Look at where he's going. He's moved into the channel. He's literally crossed the channel. No, he's gone from his normal channel, which is 1-2, right? He's actually crossing into this channel already. Then he goes in again. All right, so we've got this player. This is the fullback, the auto duty. So when you want to apply PIs, you gotta think to yourself, when is the best time to apply a PI? Now, think about PIs is this. I apply PIs for unpredictability in my tactics. That's the reason why I do it. I don't do it for any other reason. Okay, I do it to make my tactics a bit more unpredictable. So I get my fullbacks coming in. This fullback has been told to sit narrower. Now he's not. He's just staying a regular position. He's a bit compared to this guy. He's not gone here. That's good. He's in this position. Look at him. He's on auto duty. Look at how high up the pitch he's gone. He's gone bombing down the pitch like a mental fella. You know, like, oh my God, I'm going. Why is that the case? This is the reason why I tell people, if you're going to use an auto duty in the game, be very careful. Look at the other thing he's doing. Cut inside and sit narrow. He's been told to sit narrower. But guess what he's done now? He's gone wide. He's not. I want him to be here. He's gone here. So his thing is this. When you apply a PI, you have to know what it does. Now, a PI is a tendency to do something. So sometimes it's going to be here and sometimes it's going to be here. But if you play an auto duty and you go to attacking mentality, good luck to you. This guy, risk profile goes up out of the roof, and now his initial positioning is going to be even higher than this guy. So he's gone bombing up the pitch, gone on an overlap run, man. I never wanted him to do this. That is why it is a tendency to do this. Tendency to. But when you change your mentality and you go very high, chances are it becomes very unpredictable. So now we go back to balance, right? Watch what happens to that row. So it's like understanding. See, this guy is still in this relative position, right? But Barella, because he's a Mazar, he could end up here. Because he moves into the channel, right? He might end up as the widest player. Mkhitaryan will never end up as the widest player. Even though you've told him to stay wider. Because he's just going to be wider, right? He's not going to hug the line. So whenever we use roles and we apply PIs, understanding what the PI does is one thing. But you cannot make a role become another role simply by PIs. You can give it a tendency to sometimes do it that way. That's about it. So like in this kind of a situation, right? So Mickey is here, right? The only reason why he's gone there is fullback. See, he's gone inside here. Okay, where this guy Dumfries is. Okay, fullback on support. Goes in. This is a winger. Nice. I like that. Okay, Hakan. Where's my Mazzala? He's over here now. Okay, because he's roamed from position. His position actually here, he's gone high up the pitch, right? So Mickey is here. Okay. There's Dumfries. Now, you see, now he's gone narrow. This is the role we just gave the PI to sit narrow, cut inside with the ball, right? Okay. Cut inside with the ball is when he has the ball. Then he will take the ball and he will drive inside with the ball. But sit narrow is this PI. This PI is sit narrow, so he comes inside. Now you can get this tendency to become even high. So sometimes people go, I want the player to do this more often. So how do you get him to do it more often? You play a left-footed player there. That will make it more. That will make him do it more often. So now Mickey is there. Remember Mazzala, right? Not much of a Mazzala. He is like, you wanted it to be like a Mazzala. He's not being like, he's just staying relative. He's just a bit wider. The best that this can do for us is to give him a bit of support for this winger. Winger comes inside, shoots, and that's it. Okay, so it's a very safe idea. Safe tactic. So now I'm going to come in here and go like, you know what? We're not going to use auto anymore because it's a waste of time. We're going to go support now. Got two support duties, one Mazzala, one CM. So now we tell this guy, forget it. Why don't you just be a box-to-box midfielder instead of doing it that way? The whole tactic now is going to make a bit more sense. How do I nullify an opposition 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1 tactics? Nullifying a 4-4-2 Okay, at the end of the day, it all depends on the formation you're playing. Whether you can nullify another formation or not depends on what you are playing. Okay, because I normally look at my formation to nullify another formation. The easiest way to nullify a formation is to look for where their creative force is going to be and where their goal scoring threats are going to be. So wherever they are doing creative stuff, I build play around there too, so that their creative players are made to work harder. And then where they are trying to attack me is also the same place I'm going to try and score goals there, because that will force whoever their fullback on attack is to spend more time defending, thereby isolating their own attackers. So that's how I nullify opposition teams regardless of the formation they're playing. So if I'm playing and then I see a volante, for example, then what I will do is I'll attack that area where the volante is playing, because he may not be coming back to help them defend. So I spend more time analyzing the opposition team and then coming up with a counter strategy for it. So that presupposes you know what is happening in your own tactic. So my suggestion is always going to be, what is your tactic? Because there's certain things you can do and there's certain things you can't, right? So like a 5-2-2, a 5-3-2 will probably nullify a formation differently from a 5-2-2-1. So Mkhitaryan now is a box-to-box midfielder. We got using him as support. Look at this now. This is exactly what we wanted. Right. So he is now playing as a fullback on support. We are playing on balanced mentality. He is still going to do what I asked him to do, but it's not. I can tell you one thing: it's going to be a bit more predictable. But we've got this cut inside with the ball sit narrow, so they're going to come inside, right? Both of these roles are going to come inside here to support play. By the way, Porto are using the FM database. No, a lot of clubs are actually using the FM database. No, surprisingly, you'll be surprised. The number of clubs in real life that play Football Manager. Quite funny. Okay, there we go. Nicely done. Good play. Right. So it's a very simple 4-3-3. Right. Nothing too fantastic. I'm not like, we're not going out our way to make a crazy crazy tactic. But later we're gonna take a look at Matty Zuck's Christmas tree. Quite interesting looking. Don't get fouled by without possession formation. If it's DLF and 2 is easy, 4-2-3-2 in possession. 4-4-2s can be dangerous formations. You gotta know what they're doing in build-out phase to understand how to break. A lot of the time, how you nullify an opposition is by looking at what they're doing in terms of roles and duties and then nullifying it. Brighton just signed Francis Ford Coppola. Wonder what movie they're gonna do. Speaking about movies, right? I'm rewatching The Mandalorian right now. Oh, just for fun. There we go. There, you see, now, this is why I say play instructions are a tendency too. So we got him sit narrower, cut inside, right? So sometimes what he's going to do is he's going to go wide. Watch this. He takes the ball, he goes wide now. Does a cutback. So sometimes he goes narrow. Let's see what he does now. Now he plays it narrow, then beautiful. This is the reason why I have PIs in my tactic. So when I apply PIs in my tactic, it's to create a bit more fluid style of play, right? I don't do PIs in a tactic so that they can transform the role into something different. I do it because I want to make my tactic play differently. So sometimes they go wide, sometimes they go through the team, and that's exactly how, if you wanted to add PIs into your tactic, that's what I suggest you do. That's one way of doing it. The other way you can use PIs in play instructions in tactics is simple. You got a player who can't pass the ball to save his life. What do you tell him to do? Don't take more risks. Take fewer risks. Now, fewer risks works both as a passing modifier as well as a movement modifier. In the game of Football Manager, sometimes you don't want a player to bomb forward all the time. So you tell him to take fewer risks. That affects it. Yes, people are going to ask me, where is it on the forums and all that? It was on the private forums. It's not on the public forums. It's on the private forums and you guys don't have access to it. Yeah, only some of us have it. So one of them happens to be me, but they close the private forums once the game goes out of beta. So that's the thing about being on SI's good books. If you're on SI's good books and you get invited to all these testing phases, you get more conversation with the developers, and the developers tell you stuff inside those closed forums that you don't do anywhere else, which is a bit annoying. Considering the fact that I do videos and then after that people say, so where did the information come from? I don't see it anywhere. And I go like, oh yeah, I can't see it from the private forums, but I'm saying it now. I'm probably going to get in trouble for it. Hey, Syntax, afternoon, Dalja. I just happened to have watched your stream recap before I went to bed last night. It did help me oh my God, it helped you fall asleep. That must have been boring. No, that was boring. While watching this title, I was wondering, why no IF in Inside? Well, you made plenty. Yeah, I just want to do something different because I think optimally, see, the reason why I don't have an IF in this tactic and an inverted winger is because I've got these two guys coming inside. So I don't have too many roles in the half space. So I already have a Mazzala in the half space, right? So this fullback coming in is very dangerous because this guy is going to give us width. These two are going to give us width, but these guys are coming in. So this box to box goes up. So he positions himself here. So if you were to do like a go Canva. I hope I got Canva here. Okay, so basically what happens is like if I have the ball, so this is different. Okay, I use this to help some people understand tactics. So we got this the winger, this leave these two guys alone. This is the striker, right? So we've got the fullback coming here, the box to box, and the Mazzala. So we'll change this color to blue. We'll change this color to blue. Okay, so now we got the box to box coming here. Then we got the Mazzala is coming here. Now we got a fullback potentially in this position, and we got the other fullback potentially in this position. So can you notice what shape I've suddenly got? With this is the DM here. What have I got? Potentially, right? I got the perfect part triangles. And I got a diamond in the center. Because the box to box is going to go here. The Mazzala is going to come here. So this side can be also like they can do really good build out here. And again, so this role sometimes because he roams, right, he can go in here. Because remember he said move into channels, right? So when he moves into channels, he might drag this guy around. So these two this guy can either go this way or he can go this way. So the reason why I actually play with wingers is to give me this option. However, if I have to play inverted wingers, it'd be something like this. Then when this guy comes in here, there's a jam here. And then when this guy comes in here, there's another jam here. So sometimes when you're playing with your roles, you got to ask yourself, how do I move my players so that I can extract maximum, I can create the most space in my tactic. So right now, that's what I've done. I got wing on attack. This guy is going to be the furthest forward, right? So this guy can come in and he can go out. Remember, that's the reason why earlier we had an auto duty, right? I didn't like that. But you see this here, we got a focus play down the right, under left, right. So this whoever is the widest player is not going to hold up the ball looking for inside run. It could be the winger waiting for the fullback to come inside. It could also be the Mazzala. So we got several players here capable of doing the inside run. So when I create tactics, it's just fun, just to make it different. Yeah. So it's just to give it a different flavor. Of course, I don't think this is a solid tactic. I think I personally wouldn't use this to try and go and win titles. It's just to show you guys positioning and the PIs and all that. And how I set PIs up. We got DM. This is a very safe tactic. Like, if your team has got decent players in it, that with movement, and you can see fullback and support. We didn't use the fullback auto. Auto, I can't tell whether he's going to be. That's the other problem with automatic. Automatic, got no clue. No. Imbalanced mentality is probably going to be here. But why he was playing on an attacking mentality. The problem with automatic is that it follows the mentality so tightly in terms of his behavior. So here, this is perfect. We don't take too many risks with the ball. And yeah, we just play up. Syntax. This is what I mean. If you go into a tactic, now I designed this tactic so that I can predict where they go. The problem with inverted winger inside 4 is now you're telling, I wanted wingers because they're always going to be wide. Now I know they're going to be wide, so I can predict where my fullback is going to go. So in most cases, I won't have that situation where there's going to be a jam in the center. But if you play inverted winger inside, for now you've got two hard-coded roles that are always going to be in the half space. So now your fullbacks sometimes will go wide, sometimes how are they going to go wide all the time? So you gotta start applying PIs everywhere. So the fewer PIs I have in my tactic, the more fluid my tactics become. My advice to people is always never to use a PI. If you want a role to be in the half space, just pick a role for the half space. It makes your tactics much more nicer because then you get better movement in your roles and duties instead of getting traffic jams. Your chances are you're going to get a traffic jam. So I wouldn't use PIs on that. Then after that, you end up, asking players to stay wider. Yeah. If I want a role to stay wider, I'll just pick a role. If I want somebody to stay wider, I pick the role to stay wider. That's it. I pick a role that already stays wide, so I don't have to worry. And you're going to get better ratings out of your players that way as well. So we got Bustthenet now, the DM. Plays it to the ball playing defender. Again, the fullback is not trying something too funky. He's going to be told to sit narrow, cut inside. That was brilliant, man. Yeah, you will. And the thing is, those PIs affect them in their defending. You have to remember that. A PI will also affect the player when he doesn't have the ball. So don't apply PIs willy-nilly. My advice is be selective with your PIs. Know what you want to see in your PIs and understand that it's only a tendency to do it. That way, you know that he's going to do it some other time and other times he's not going to do it. Look at that, man. Beautiful football. Simple tactic. There's no excessive use of PIs. We're not going crazy and all. It's like a very predictable set of instructions, right? Is there a role in the AMC or DMC that can occupy the half spaces? There is no role that will occupy the half spaces. So if you want a role to go into the half space from the AMC position, then what you do is you use a role in the MC tier that is going to come up, like a volante. In the MC tier, I don't know what tactic you're making. If it's a DM, two DMs, then you use a volante. You go up, you move that role to the half space, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Hard-coded, you're always better off using a role that's already been hard-coded to behave in a certain way than to PI and try to think that, the role. Then, that's where people come in and they go like, oh, the game is bugged because it's not following my instructions. I mean, dude, seriously, it's never going to follow your instructions to the T because it's not meant to. See, the game of Football Manager, players are not supposed to be automatons. I think that's the word for it. Automatons. Yeah. They're not supposed to be robots, okay? Follow every single instruction you give them. No, they're supposed to be humans. So humans that make their own mind up. Okay, they make their own mind up. They want to do different things. Okay, so that is the reason why we have. That's why play instructions are so beautiful, right? They are supposed to give you. They will give your players that bit of unpredictability. So play instruction in itself does not override. It just makes him behave certainly. Like, for example, right now, if I go into this, we still get Barella, right? Okay, Barella has been told to, what has he been told to? He's a Mazzala, right? So goes on the half space, he's going to get forward now. He moves into channels, tries killer balls. Hey, this is brilliant for a Mazzala, man. If I use him as Mazzala, the traits are also a tendency to do something. So does it mean that he's going to move into channels more as a result of the PI? No, it doesn't. It just means that he's already got this trait and he's doing a job that also does. So it's not that he's going to do it more often. He's just going to do it the same amount, Guess what? Whenever possible, whenever he gets a chance to get forward, he's going to get forward. But that role also gets forward. Okay, done. No problem. Try killer balls. This is different. This just means that he's going to try those pass into space kind of passes, right? Argues with the officials, brilliant. Picks up yellow card once in a while, dives into tackle, even more brilliant. He's going to get into trouble. So, yeah. So it's just that. Then we come inside this guy, Berardi, right? So we got him now, shoots from distance, move ball to left foot before dribble, cuts inside from the right wing. Interestingly enough, right? If you look at this, right? He cuts inside from the right wing, right? Yeah, we go into the tactic, right? We put this in. Run wide with ball. Okay, now we're going to ask him to run wide with ball. Huh? Okay. Remember, he's got a trait that says cut inside with the cut inside from the right wing, right? And then now he's got a trait that cuts inside with the right wing, but we want him to run wide with the ball now. Will he do it? Will he do it? How do you get double width in a 3-4-2-1 by telling two number 10s to move wide to create a diagonal pass? MRS uses number 10s. Focus play down left, focus play down right. Focus play on the left and focus play on the right. Yeah, that's how you're going to do it. So whenever the ball goes to the right, the number 10 will go there. And then if it goes to the left, the number 10 will go there. Yeah. Focus play left and right. That's it. Simple. Yeah, okay, there we go. He's running wide with the ball, baby. Look at what he's done. I just put in the PI. So what does his role say? His trait says, if you come inside the tactic and look at Berardi, he will never, then there's another myth, okay, that people say he will never run wide with the ball because of this instruction. Bullshit. He will sometimes do it. He tried to run wide with the ball, which is something I didn't want him to do, but we decided to give him the trait because, yeah, you know what? Just do it, baby. The play will do it. But it's not going to happen all the time. It's just going to be a tendency too. But right now, I'm going to jack it out to very attacking mentality. Okay. So now, we've gone to the ultimate extreme for risk. No? Okay. So we're hoping that he gets the ball. You know, okay, I'm going to remove the underlap so that he doesn't hold on to the ball. We got a focus plate on the right, so he's always going to use the ball. Okay. All right, we got whole shape. Oh, brilliant. This is what we call time. We started this game with a time-wasting strategy. I love this. This is a time-wasting strategy, you know. Whole shape, counter press, time-wasting. Yeah, it's my time-wasting style. I love it. It's a high possession-centric tactic. Meaning not really high possession, but there we go. Okay, now sometimes it comes inside now. So the thing is this, right? Sometimes it goes wide, sometimes it comes in. That trait will activate only in the final third, correct? But the thing is this, right? Even if he gets into, just now he was entering the final third, but he was still trying to go wide. Then run wide with ball. The moment he enters here, you just have to pay attention to that trait. But a trait, right, is a tendency to do. It's not a rule. It's not something that's going to happen all the time. Something that we have to bear in mind. Okay, so whenever you do like things like I want to train a player a certain trait because now he's gonna behave like that all the time. No, he doesn't do it all the time. It's just a trait. It's just the one way you can influence a trait is by playing on higher mentalities. They might take more risks. The trait might kick in a bit more, but that's even that also. Even that also you can't guarantee. So he goes, and now we go. He's Dumfries can't. The player was hugging the width of the pitch, which is what we want him to do. That's the role itself. Now he's got the ball. He comes in. That's still wide of that. He didn't attack the box. He didn't cut inside with the ball. He decided to cross the ball. And he scored another goal. The thing is this, right? There's another one that is crazy. Okay, and that's a good one. Syntax just raised one. A lot of people say dives into tackles is a very bad trait. Or dives into tackles is this. You don't know something. And then the same people will do this. The same people that tell you, Gary or a player who dives through tackles are going to do this, get stuck in. I'm like, dude, seriously, what's the difference between the two? It's the same thing. Dives into tackles is get stuck in. So when you tell a player to get stuck in, it's dive into tackles. Doesn't mean that he's going to go to that player and then super glue himself to the other player and go like, I'm getting stuck in. We're just going to be moving together, you know what I mean? You can't move away from me. No, that's not what get stuck in means. Get stuck in means, I'm going down, baby. I'm bringing you. I'm going to take the ball and the player. Stay on feet means I'm not tackling. I'm not sliding into you. So get stuck in is the same as dives into tackles. Now, if you dive into tackles, some roles actually play really good with dives into tackles, ball winning midfielder on support. For example, that role dives into tackles, right? So the thing about dive into tackles is you got to pick the player for the role, right? So if I have to look at this player, for example, and I go like, all right, can he play dive into tackles? Okay, maybe. I won't know. Because firstly, his aggression is decent, is 11. His bravery is 10, okay, decent. All right. He might be able to, because his technique is very good, 16. His tackling is 13. Okay, I might try. I might try him out with this, okay? But some players, if you go in there, like this guy, would I dive into tackles with this guy? He's got 20 for aggression, 18 for work rate, 16 for tackling. I probably will still. But the problem is he's low concentration, 10. He might miss something. So when you see something like this, what you do is you look for his cons. That is a con you don't want. So this is a player who shouldn't be playing ball-winning midfielder. Why? Because if he goes in and plays as a ball-winning midfielder, he could sometimes, okay, if there's a breakaway and they're about to score a goal, that is the competitive streak. So basically what they'll do is they bring the player down to prevent a goal-scoring opportunity. He could get himself sent off. So you need to make sure that he's got very good decision-making or good concentration. But he doesn't have good concentration, which means that he could possibly get into trouble. So I am a huge fan of 20 aggression in my players. And they have good tackling, good positioning, good concentration, and I play them as ball-winning midfielders even when they have dive into tackle. Because in the game of Football Manager, dives into tackle doesn't necessarily mean that the player is always going to drop. Remember what I said about tendency to? Right? Everything in this game is a tendency to do it. There is a tendency that he does that. Okay. So you look for the factors that might contribute to the increase of that tendency. Like, for example, poor concentration. There's a stronger chance that he might miss or poor technique. So you're gonna pay attention to all that. So you end up making some pretty good tactics if you can. In fact, my favorite 4-4-2 has got 2 ball-winning midfielders inside it. Yeah. And this is not. I built a 4-4-2 mid block with get stuck in. It's fun. Yeah, get stuck in is a great instruction. But you want to have players. If you just want to make sure that if you have competitive streak, be careful. 4-4-2s are fantastic tactics. They're probably for me my favorite tactics, because if I play with 2 ball-winning midfielders, I'm having the time of my life. It's like the old-fashioned tactics where they dive and they crunch a few legs, right? Okay, and after this, we're gonna now we're gonna do another tactic. Okay, this is something that I noticed. So we done the PIs, right? Okay, so PIs all quite straightforward. All right, now we're gonna make a tactic that I saw on our Discord today. Okay, create new tactic. I don't know what okay, so first up, is gonna create your own style. Christmas tree. Christmas tree. Where is it? Christmas tree. 4, 3, 2, 1. Why? SI became so cheap. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. I think it's gonna be with 3 midfielders. We're gonna have I think we're using a target forward on attack. Okay. We're gonna use a AM on attack. I want to see how this plays out because it's quite funky looking. Trequartista. Then we got Vol on support. 3 here. 3. Okay, you got a wall on support, register on support, and wall on support. 100% is a wall on support. Yeah. Oh no, he's got ball-winning midfield on support. Even better. Okay. Then we got double fullbacks on attack. My holy grail. Okay, fullbacks on attack. Okay, CD, and a sweeper keeper. All right. Now we are gonna come in here. And we're going to do a high press. We're also going to more often and play with a standard defensive line. Yep. Standard defensive line, get stuck in, step up more, and draw in the cross. So these guys are going to stay tucked in transition, roll it out, and then that's it. Counter, no need to regroup. Okay, possession. pass into space, and play a POOD. Okay, all right. And then we're playing a positive. Lucas, I already done that already. 4141 is in the folder. It's my Joey Go Smash tactic. Yeah. It's aggressive high pressing tactics, and all the goals depend on errors from defenders high up the pitch. Yeah, it's in the folder. It's called Joey Go Smash. I was playing that tactic for the better part of the whole season. Yeah, last season. It's how I beat the AI with its super players, and I used regular players, and we defeated the AI to the title to win the titles in the game. Any midfielder is going to benefit from aggression. By the way, seems like Frank is going to be next at the manager graveyard call. I don't think it's a manager graveyard. I think they will do well. But I think Thomas Frank might do okay. But I still think I feel a bit bad for NG Postecoglou. I mean, you do when somebody's won a trophy, right? And then the next thing you know, thank you for all the fish, but we don't need you anymore. That's so sad. Okay, let's go to team selection. Let's quick pick. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to put in Mr. Lukaku. Where's Mr. Lukaku? Always like to use you. Okay, and then we put Lautaro Martinez as the AM tag. And then we put Mickey as the trequartista. Who the heck is Asilani? Okay, I don't know who this guy is, man. David Klaassen is AMC. Actually, a movie that got agility. Okay, Davy, you come here. Okay, Davy Klaassen is a trequartista. I haven't used him yet, so I'll give him a chance. Dumfries Barella. Barella has got dive into tackles, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's got dive. So we're going to use him. Okay. And he's got competitive streak. Okay, so intentionally using a player that everybody will tell you not to use. Okay. Plus, you got to get stuck in. So we want to see how long before he gets sent off. Okay? We want to see when he gets sent off. All right, so does he get sent off? When does he get sent off? If he gets sent off, yeah, okay. All right, then we got, okay, so got Asilani. Who's this Bisek? I don't know who these players are. Pavard, Bastoni, Domenico Barai. No clue to half these players. Why is Sensei unregistered? What is a Champions League? Oh, okay. This is even more scarier. Because now I just realized, right, we don't have substitutes for these two positions. This is going to be fun. This is going to be so fun. You don't have to play. Tackle harder is just get stuck in. Depends on your setup. I like to play tackle harder when I'm playing like a 4-4-2 with a mid block. And then I want to play a like high defensive line and standard line of engagement, right? So it's quite a compressed area. Then I will play with get stuck in because I want aggressive center. Then we do quick tempo, pass into space. So I don't waste any time. There's a way to use get stuck in. It can be very, very effective. Intellect's homegrown talent, yeah, I know, man. All imported slaves. Wow, PSG. Oh, aren't these the champions of Europe? Okay, Lukaku. Look at this tactic. Okay, look at this. So we're not using any false fullbacks. I don't know whether Matty put in false fullback, but this is supposed to be Ancelotti tactic. Not bad, the fullback. Look at that. Fullback comes inside. No PI on the fullback. Okay. That's why I like. No, he doesn't have fullback. He's using complete wingback. Shucks. I made a mistake. Complete wingback on support. Okay. His tactic is a complete wingback on support. Okay, that's bold. But that's actually not a bad thing because he's going to roam on the left and the right because the Volante is going up, right? He's going to shove the AM to the left. No? So the complete wingback will sometimes come inside. If you look at this tactic, right? So the Volante is coming up. He's going to shove this guy. This guy will come. He can either go here or here because he's got room. That's the thing. This guy is going to win the ball higher up the pitch. The dynamic with the trequartista is actually very interesting. Very interesting. Don't AMA, no, cannot. It won't affect the same space because Volante coming out, AM comes here. Complete winger comes here. So how does the target forward drop into this area? So you don't have to worry about that. Remember, the positional play affects players, right? So it won't always be in the same area. Okay, nice work. Okay, didn't get there. Oh, lovely. The ball winning midfielder. Our ball winning midfielder stepped into the chase, no? They did okay, right? I mean, this time around they did. I mean, this PSG squad wasn't a superstar squad with Neymar, Messi all inside. Yeah. Oh, nice. Barella again, Dumfries. He tried one from outside. It is not bad, huh? I like the movement in this tactic. See, so this is where the EM is going to go. So look at this, the Volante. Volante is going to come here. Right. So this guy is going to be shoved. And then this, watch out for the movement of these roles. These three. Quite interesting combination. Yeah, so look at him. He's roaming. Comes inside. This is because invite crosses. Right, so he's tucking inside. Nicely done. There we go. Dumfries can't get there in time. Oh, good pressure from our team. Good pressure on PSG, you know. I like what's going on there. Nicely done. The target forward comes back. You see, how does the target forward and these two get into C? They don't want. Target forward is going to be in good positions. AM goes wide. This is what I mean, right? So the AM goes wide, the Volante comes in. So this is the reason why, you know, when you're playing this game, you got to understand positional play. Positional play means if this guy comes up, this guy goes here, right? This guy is going to come, he go either left or right. That's the thing that you have to, like, you know, be prepared for. Oh, lovely. Lautaro Martinez did so well. He broke through, almost created a fantastic goal scoring opportunity. Very nice tactic. There's a Pavard now to Klaassen. Oh, brilliant. Dumfries getting inside. Oh. Nice tactic. Matty, I like your tactic, no? It's very, very nice. I'm going to call this Matty Zuck's tactic. I like this. This is very nice. He's Matty Zuck's. Matty Zuck's. It's from our Discord. Our Discord always got great tactics. I can't cover them all. Matty Zuck's. What is it? Ancelotti. Milan. I don't know. 3. Okay, so I'm going to put this into the users. Profeto. Dropbox. Where's FM24? Discord. I'm going to go here. And what is it? Matty Zuck's. I love it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Ancelotti. Milan. 3. I think this is your third iteration of the tactic. Very nice. So far I like it. Yeah, quite nice. Yeah, it's very nice tactic. I love this tactic. No, the movement is quite good. Of course, I mean, these kind of tactics, you need players. You don't have players, you're buggered, man. Especially the 2 wing backs. And then you got to make sure this Volante, you better have a bench. We don't have a bench to take over. Yeah, so you better score goals. Because we ain't going to be able to defend the second half. Because look at this. Brilliant. I mean, we got the complete wing back. This is why I love this tactic. Okay, this is a complete wing back, right? So what has happened in this tactic? And this is important to realize. Okay, remember what I said earlier? He can either come inside or go outside, right? Look at this. So to whoever was asking just now about target man and the AM taking the same, so of course not. They're not. Look at that. It's brilliant. AM is going to go this side because Mr. Volante is on his way. Okay. So then the AM has come inside. Mr. Volante has actually gone to support Mr. DiMarco. Then now he comes in and goes like, what a cross. Straight for the target forward. Brilliant. Simple tactic. And then we got get stuck in. So now what we are paying attention to is our boy here. Not him. Where's Barella? We're watching Barella. Okay, because here we got get stuck in, a player who's got competitive streak and dives into tackles. The unholy trinity that everybody doesn't like, right? So we're going to see when he gets sent off. Because I'm telling you, it doesn't always happen. Because if a player picks up a yellow card, right, in the game, if he's got these tendencies, right, and he's got high aggression, what will happen in the game is he sometimes doesn't tackle, just lets players go. So you have to look at his decision making as well. And his concentration. We know his concentration is 10, which is fail lah. For top tier football, you need 12. Yeah. For championship football, 10 is still decent. So we're looking at Barella. Now, this is when Barella becomes dangerous. Okay, because he's chasing after a player. When he chases after a player and the player is in front of him, then he'll be in trouble. Then again, he goes in hard. Why did he get tackled? No, now we're gonna watch it on 2D, okay? So we're gonna watch it on 3D because it's even more interesting when we watch it on 3D. Okay, where's Barella? Okay, Barella is here. So we have to watch him on 3D. Because on 3D you can see, the tackles. Yeah. You can see when he's sliding. That's when you can really tell, oh no, that guy screwed up. Oh, okay. So whenever I make tactics and I get stuck in, or I'm playing with all these phenomenal traits, right? Or these PIs, I become very careful. Okay, after this, I'm gonna the tactic also I'm gonna make it available in the public Dropbox folder for you guys. So I forgot to put it there. So we could put it in Discord. Normally I put it all in Discord, but today don't be mean all. Okay, so this is Matty Zax. 4, 3, 2, 1, and he does not claim that this is a 100% recreation of Milan. I think so. So I don't think he's the sort that will do that. A pitcher with player trait like drops deep, will the player check in when passing lanes? I don't think. I think keeps back to goal is okay, but drops deep isn't something I want a poacher to do at all. Yeah, because it's not really good. Because you want the poacher to be next to the defenders. Yeah, not dropping deep. You want him up there. That's a terrible trait to have on a poacher. Back plays with back to goal is fine. Oh, nicely done. Look at Barella. Get stuck in. Yeah. Competitive streak. Didn't give up. Competitive streak doesn't trigger that, of course. Competitive streak is when he's chasing after a player. Nicely done. Very good football there. Volante is working with... Oh! Lukaku with another great header. I have a region that came through the system with that trait, and he is an amazing striker. Yeah, I mean, depends on what position you play him in. I'm a big poacher fan. So plays back to goal is actually pretty good for poachers. But I don't normally go for... If I see a striker who comes deep to get the ball, I'm like, okay. All right. I can play as a target forward. I can play as a complete forward. Deep line forward and attack. Because those roles will come deep, right? Pawat now, Dumfries comes in nicely. Barella to Bastoni. Nice football, Yasilani. DM back to our ball-winning midfielder. Klaassen looks to play the pass. Lukaku holds up the ball. Gets Dumfries in. He crosses the ball again. Dembele, DeMarco. This is brilliant, man. I love the fact that they're getting stuck in. Getting stuck in also encourages the players to tackle early. Oh, good block. Yeah, you can post it on Discord, Syntax. Yeah, because we don't do links in chat. Twitch streams, yeah. We had too many issues with links last time. So I instead of somebody comes in and then they pop in a link straight away, it leads to somewhere else. And then streams get actually banned. Yeah, first the streamers get into trouble. So that's why I stopped it. I put in a tactic to try. I think I did a couple of weeks ago. But we'll do bigger tactics tomorrow and have a look at some of the other tactics again. But I saw this on Discord. It was very nice. But I did try a tactic, Tiki Press, the one you talked about on the stream. Yeah. Okay, nice. I like what we see. PSG is... okay, one thing I like about the 4-3-2-1, right, is because of the nature of this midfield. It's got a tree and it's got a box right beside the DM. So the fullbacks of that opposition tactic, they have to work very hard. Now, if the fullbacks get isolated, in this case, if the team is playing the inverted wingback or inverted fullback, which is the case with the opposition, right, they can get into trouble because they can run out of passing options very quickly. The only downside with this kind of tactics is the investment you have to make in midfielders. Because you're going to have like 6 midfielders in your squad. So you don't have 6 midfielders, good luck to you. Because I don't have 6 midfielders, so, we might have to bring on defenders playing in the DM positions. It has a few instead really complete a tactic. We're playing a guessing game, is it? Keep press. I give you a tactic. Fill in the blanks. Oh no! What a miss! What a miss. We got to berate our boys because that was a ridiculous miss, man. Lovely, lovely. All the way to Lautaro Martinez. He tries to run away, but he can't get. I guess that's what happens when you have a Martinez in the team. Don't ask me where that came from. I don't know. So my brother is inviting me to a wedding in the US of A next year. So my message to him was, dude, seriously, has the political landscape changed? So I'm like, how am I going to go to the US to attend a wedding I could end up in Guadalajara. Could end up in Colombia. MS-13. I have tattoos, okay? They get a tattoo, but it's tribal tattoos. They might misinterpret the tribal tattoos because these are, tribal tattoos, right? So, like, am I going to get into trouble? Is it? I end up in a gang tattoo. I cannot my Yakuza tattoos also might get me into trouble, Terrible. I don't get it. I'm going to get a lot of trouble. So we're going to bring Cuadrado in for... Okay, so Barella, we're going to leave him on the pitch. Okay, we're going to leave him on the pitch all the way. Okay, what about you? I don't know who this guy is. Fratesi, just play there. Okay, Damian, you play for this guy. DiMarco, you come off. I know we don't have a left back. Okay, so you stay. I'm sorry, you might have to collapse on the pitch. But now we're going to carry on Barella. He's aggressive, right? He's in it for the win, brothers and sisters. He's in it for the win. So we have not taken off a ball-winning midfielder who has got get stuck in and a competitive streak. And 20 for aggression. So it's like and 10 for concentration. So if there's any player who's going to screw things up, it's going to be him. Okay, that a bit sad if you can see the goal like that, because we did have to take off players who are and play players who are not positionally familiar. I took off a few players in the center, right? So that all the players not very good in their positions. Yeah. Cuadrado makes a DM. Holy cow. Regista, oh my god. He's probably going, oh no, why am I here? Damian. The gang member, I might end up in trouble. I suspect I will. So I don't know. I'm asking my brother, how the heck do you want me there now? Like, can't the wedding wait another year or two? Or you worried that of course, who am I, right? It's not him who wants to get married. It's his kid. Yeah, my niece. Damn, weddings are coming around the corner. I got now. I won't be around for one entire week. You know how I'm a Punjabi. I'm Indian. Our weddings don't get done in a day. My own wedding took 3 months to complete. So 6 months to complete. Okay. My wedding lasted for 6 freaking months. Again, there was a part A, part B, and part C. Yeah. Again, so thank God I did that before I started live streaming. I should have started live streaming before I got married. Then, people would be in a better position to understand my lifestyle. But of course, I had to start streaming after that. So now, I got this wedding to attend, which could potentially just last about 7 days. There are 4 events that I have to attend. No horses in this one. No white horse. This tactic wasn't so bad. Right? Yeah. Okay. If I PIs in this tactic, I like the movement. I love the fact that you've made this. This is pretty interesting. So if you had to make a tactic like this, right? So essentially what you're going to do. So we blew one myth out of the water. One myth completely blown out of the water. We played this guy who's got a dives into tackles, a competitive streak. Where is he? Okay, competitive streak, dives into tackle. He got 10 for concentration. And we used him in a tactic where he was a ball-winning midfielder with the instruction get stuck in. Did he even pick up 1 yellow card? No. So the thing about this whole thing about, yes, competitive streak, yes, you got to be careful. 2 things you got to be worried about. Okay, first, if that player doesn't have support in the area of the pitch. So if you're playing a tactic where you only have one midfielder, okay, you're playing a tactic which is like one of some of my crazy tactics. Like if you play this tactic, which is one of my craziest systems. So if I were to play something like this, I play something like that. Galileo. Remember, you guys remember Galileo, right? Okay. And I play this guy as a ball-winning midfielder on support. And it was Barella. I guarantee you he's getting sent off. Why? Because he doesn't have enough support. Right. So the chances of this guy coming up to tackle for him is almost 0. The chances that this guy is going to be back enough May if he's on a support duty. Okay. And he's got high work rate. But just now in this tactic, he's playing here. So this fullback isn't too far away from him. And he's got a Regista not too far away from him. So he can get back in time to support play. So he's probably going to have one other player around him. So it's okay. So if you want to play players, we've got this competitive streak, high aggression, whatever. You want to play as a ball winning midfielder, just make sure that there are players around him. That's about it. Okay, so that is the way you do it. So that's how you can set the tactic up in such a way that it can work. All right, so any of those coaches that were inside Alex's coaching side want to lead a team by themselves. Pepin Linders is a horrible head coach. Let's watch. They all go to Man City. What a traitor that guy turned out to be. Money talks, Money talks, everywhere. So, okay, we made one tactic, right? So now we got a second tactic, okay? All right, now we're going to make one more tactic, right? So I hope that the PI's thing is cleared up, okay? So we're going to make another new tactic, different tactics. This team is all about playing with different tactics all the way. Okay, so what did we do? So we've done our Christmas tree. We've done the 4-3-3. What else are we going to do? What tactic can I make? I don't want to have a tactic with 3 midfielders, because if we play a tactic with 3 midfielders, that's asking for trouble. Okay, we'll do something, a back 3 system again. Do another back 3 system. Okay. First, I got to decide how to do the back 3. Okay, I got 3 here. Put 2 here. Okay, put 2 here. Put 2 here. Okay. All right, then play like that. This is easy. This is like a cop out. This is a very easy setup. This will work. 3-4-3-1. This definitely will work. Yeah. It's a cop out. I'm taking the easy way out. I don't want to do the easy way out. Yeah, I'm gonna make a harder one. That is too easy. That 3-4-2-1 is definitely gonna work. We're gonna do something very traditional like this. Okay, so we're gonna get this guy to bomb. Get this guy to bomb. Get these 2 guys to anchor. Get this guy to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Get this guy to stay here. Get this guy to be a target forward on attack. Okay, so we got this double combination here with these 2 giving us the width and these 2 creating a pivot in the middle. Right. This pivot is meant to keep us honest. Yeah, make it harder for teams to score against us. But we're gonna go very simple. We're going to do the traditional one first before we go into the whole let's go crazy with, what's the word for it? Let's go crazy with liberos. Because, my preference is libero, right? Okay, so we're going to do in possession. We don't do player defense, but we're going to go fairly wide. So that means we are favoring our fullbacks. And our tempo is going to be super high. We're going to run a defense, pass into space. We want them to dribble. There will not be any player defense, but we're going to focus play down the left and the right. So we're getting these midfielders to move to one side of the focus, and then we're going to attack that way. In transition, we are going to counter press because we're bottom heavy. Or rather, when we have the ball and attacking, for the players to, come back and win the ball. And then here, we're going to counter. No, whole shape. Boring, right? Whole shape. Waste time again. Roll out. Distribute to the flanks. Yeah, might as well. Roll it out or distribute to the flanks. If I roll it out and then I distribute quickly, okay, I could launch attacks quite fast. We go on positive. So we got this high tempo pass into space. The goal here is for the ball to get up the pitch really quickly. So we're going to underlap again because I want this initial positioning to be very high. Them looking for inside runs, not happening, sorry. No inside runs in my tactic, right? You can tell there's no inside runs. These 2 are at the middle. Which inside run is happening is like nothing, right? No Mazala, nobody coming in, no box to box, no Volante. So we don't need to play with the underlap. So we can do this. My favorite in the whole world, create a slight offset between the 2. Because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a slight offset just using to take more risk. Because there will be a slight positional change because of that. Alright, so now we got all these players in. We got Mickey, we got target forward, we got poacher, we got positive, overlap, cross heavy tactic. This is a cross heavy tactic. The moment I see this, I know it's a cross heavy tank thing, right? So got wing back coming, got a focus plate on the left and the right. We got white center back protecting here, white center back protecting here. We're depending on these two to get up the pitch and do a lot of damage. Okay, so now if I want them to get out the pitch to do a lot of damage, bang, we go here. But I don't want to trigger press all the time. These guys, I don't want them to be running around looking to react to every single player's mistake. I just want them to get back into position. All right, opposition instructions is where we are going to use the OI. So it's backline will get done. We don't do anymore. It's all there. Okay, so here we go. Let's see if this works. Yeah, it's all tactics, all about seeing if it works, huh? Yeah. All right, let's go. Boom, boom. Can this work? Because right, we got no PIs, what? Right, I didn't apply any PIs. I'm just using no PIs. I'm using the rolls to give me the width. The only PI we have now is here. Take more and take fewer risks. That is to influence the positioning of my two DMs. That's it. So one is slightly higher than the other. Yeah, you're going to have a man shot. Very hard to play this way. Because you have to have runners. I don't think this tactic, this formation is a good formation to use. In fact, it's one of those dying formations right now. You can't really, you need the wingbacks to be really good. If the wingbacks fail, which is what happened to Inter, you got to do this. You got to play it differently. Got to make the tactic more compact. And you got to get runners inside. Because what PSG were doing was like 4-3-3 with an F9. So we got a penalty inside the first couple of minutes of the game. So instead of playing like a 3-4, don't score. Okay, all right. So, and they score. If they score, I'll be damn annoyed, boy. So what I do is create a striker. So Trequartista is going to come down. Volante is going up. Right, Volante is going to wingbacks are attacking. Okay, so there are several ways we can set this up. The other way we can do it is we can put congestion in the center, which is two inverted wingbacks. So now we're just putting pressure high up the pitch. Lautaro Martinez gets the ball, gets in and takes another shot. Okay, so what have we got here? We got Shadow Striker, we got Trequartista, I got wingbacks going to say. So these guys actually can be complete wingbacks on attack. Complete wingbacks on attack. I got two Volantes. They haven't gone up the pitch yet. We haven't released them yet. Dembele was like an F9. Yeah, you need players. All teams are like that, you know. Like, if you don't have the players for your tactical system, every manager has the potential of being if it's a cross-heavy system, why not play super wide? It is super wide. It is super wide. Right now, it is super wide. I mean, super wide, except whole shape. Now we go counter. It's cross. I'm trying to get the crosses in, but I'm slowly changing my tactic to a Trequartista in the middle, which makes no sense. Should be actually I should not have a Trequartista. Amorim doesn't have. Amorim is lacking 10 players in his team to play his tactical system. He's missing 10 players. He's only got Bruno Fernandes. That's about it. The rest of the players struggle with his system, including his goalkeeper. I find United to be quite tragic this year. These last few years have been very tragic watching United play football. Okay, so what are we going to do? See, look. I'm playing a standard. I think I'm playing a much higher defense. Oh, wow. We almost conceded. Huh? Den Hag has been sacked. Den Hag. It takes 2 to 3 years to transform. It takes a long time to build a team into Yeah, it takes a long time to create a system. Look at Arne's Jurgen Klopp, right? Jurgen Klopp didn't really win anything in his first season, right? So it took it'll take time for all managers to build a team that can win them something. And by the time Arne Slot left, he actually handed over a team that was pretty well balanced to. Sorry, by the time Klopp left, he actually handed a team that's pretty well balanced for Arne Slot. But it wasn't Arne Slot's system. Arne Slot is a system where he's got two false stands. Yeah, so he plays with two false stands as well. But he couldn't play that system, so he adapted it. So he basically played our Jurgen Klopp system, but with a bit more discipline. That's the only thing that was very different in the system, right? Oh, yeah, we conceded a goal. Yeah, this doesn't work, obviously. So we got to go target forward or attack. It does not work, obviously. Let's not try and be stupid. Tracotista doesn't make any sense. Okay, so we put Lukaku up top. Target forward, shadow striker. Well, again. So we just make tactics. See if it works, doesn't work, right? I look for that. There's no link play in front. I'm not a big fan of strikers right now anymore. Yeah, because of what we did to the more I watch your stream, the more I realize I don't know shit about this game. It's okay Christoph. Just enjoy the game. And the only reason why I'm very comfortable with this game, I've been playing this game for how many years, man? I'm literally born with this game in my mouth. Okay. All right, we're going to change these guys. Now we're going to really chase after the goals because we are playing so badly. He's got defensive wing on support. Now, we are going to get them to be very aggressive. Get further forward, run out with ball, take more risks and cross on byline. Holy cow, this is really pushing these guys all the way, man. Defensive wing on support, yeah, baby. Get further forward, run out with ball, take more risks, cross on byline. You're going to go all the way, baby. You two, the liberos coming in. Oh, God. Do we have no defenders now in this tactic? There are no defenders in this system, man. There's only one guy, Bustthenet, is looking at me going, what? Yeah, you're the only defender left. Son, we're looking for goals now. Yeah. Yeah, Slot has got he's got this AMs dropping like a 3-4-2-1 or so. In the attack, he doesn't play a 3-4-2-1, but it's like the transition itself has got players in those positions. Stefano Sensei will come here. All right, what am I making mistake? Oh yeah, okay, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna use the wing backs, and now we're not gonna depend on them so much, but we're gonna go through the middle. Okay, so hopefully this works. Everything we make tactic. What about Thomas Tuchel? He won Champions League in his first season at Chelsea. A lot of these managers, they got the players in Thomas Tuchel is not a bad manager, but he didn't last, right? Did he? The Chelsea team was actually a good team to work for. I mean, English teams are generally, right? I'm surprised, right? I'll be very surprised if the English team doesn't win the Champions League. That's how good the English teams are on paper, right? That's how I feel about English teams. Yeah, I know what to do. I'm using I didn't bother to go and change the what's the word for it? Change the real name fix. Yeah. Pivo is the new coach, he will be sacked very quickly. Slot plays 4-2. Trevor is a good number 10. If not, he plays a 4-3-3. Slot can play a few formations. Yeah. He's not rooted to one formation. And I doubt he's gonna ever play the 4-3-3. Yeah. Most managers have drifted away from the 4-3-3 now. Most of them are now playing a 4-2-3-1, where actually what happens is that one of those midfielders actually comes up the pitch and one just holds back. So all managers now have dropped the 4-3-3. 4-5-1 is not the shape they take in defense. If you look at all the shapes in the defending, it's all 4-4-2s. So you got to look at two midfielders in midfield, not three. Otherwise, you get a 4-5-1 with a 4-3-3. Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the 4-3-3 because it doesn't give you the XG domination that the 4-2-3-1 can do or 4-4-2 can do. Oh man, we are so high up. The fullbacks are attacking so much. Salihana is having the time of their lives against. I've been getting hammered on this one. Yeah, I know. The thing is, at the end of the day, you gotta. I am one of those guys that actually, when I, what I like to do is I don't care about what people say. It's ultimately, when it comes to tactics, all subjective, right? What you see on that day, like what do you see? So I will see a certain shape when they're attacking, and then I go like, okay, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the channel when they have the ball here. Okay, that's it. That's all I want to know. Then I go by a tactic. There's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in the channel, and then after that I go like, okay, all right, now in that attacking phase, I need all these spots occupied. What formation, what roles and duties get me there? That's how I play the game. Yeah. Because I don't think that we can ever get like, I want to do a perfect replication of Inter Milan. Impossible. Like Inter Milan is one of those I still remember Atlanta's rotating diamonds. We couldn't get it done. And people are saying you can replicate Atlanta. I'm like, really? Honestly? And I remember the year when Ajax as well, they had this they had a tactical system that couldn't be replicated. So yeah. At the end of the day, everybody will have their own take on the game. Lautaro Martinez has gone down in a heap, man. He's saying he made me work all day long. I cannot work anymore. So can you get somebody else to play? So get Thuram here, Marco here, Denzel Dumfries. So I don't know who. You come in there, do something useful in your life. You're 2 goals down. We conceded some silly goals, but I still think this formation got there is hope with this formation. We're gonna save it, and I'm gonna do part 2 with this. Gonna make something with the defense. There are 2 defensive wingers. Trial. You don't go in there and these 2 defensive wingers. Trial, defensive W. Yeah. I'm trying to drift into like a slightly different shape. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of tactics cannot be replicated. So I'm like, okay whatever makes you happy. At the end of the day, it's whatever makes you happy, right? Yeah, you see the tactic and go like this tactic is garbage at the moment because now my players are actually going down the line. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower ball into box. I want to get down the tempo lower because apparently nobody's waiting. They're all going into the box, bro. Everybody's getting into the box. So like there's no width in my tactic. Nobody is giving me width. I can go around the defense. Everything is going to be through. Like we're trying to what's the word for it? We're trying to bulldoze our way to goal. Brute force, the word I was looking for. Trying to brute force our way to goal, which is not good. We're gonna get high XG, but very, very bad quality goals. So we're gonna mod the tactics slowly. Obviously, see what happens. Why are we conceding so many goals? It's because there's nobody protecting our 3 defenders. The 2 defensive figures are here. See this? As it goes here, right? These guys come in very narrow. These guys have gone, okay, I'm not helping you, man. You're on your own. So the defensive winger doesn't come in. Libero the defender is a coming. It's a 3-on-3. Okay. So they get the extra play and attack. So this definitely doesn't work. Right? It's not because of this. If I bring these guys here, and now play them as inverted wingbacks on attack. Alright, so let's try that now. So that's how kind of like, you can tell, your tactic is shooting itself in the foot. Okay. And the build-up play, probably okay. If we can get a pass into space, I got a 5 fellas attacking the channel already. Okay, done. And the tempo cannot be too high because there's not enough time to do build-outs. But we got hammered by Salitana 3-0. I'm going to lose my job. This is like a major no. It's insulting. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we got something happening. Okay, Barella tries again. Still, they're trying to brute force their way to goal. See, look at that. Too much crampiness. But changing it to inverted wing backs is just making the center more cramped. There's no width. I want to make the old-fashioned Mourinho Chelsea 4-3-3. What? DM? You can't, actually. Yeah. You can't because of positional play. No. Because positional play, those guys are going to get into the 5s. The 2 central midfielders will get into number 10 positions. That's why you've got a problem there. Yeah. The old-fashioned 4-3-3s don't work anymore, man. They can't work. Yeah. I tried my best to make a 4-3-3 without using inverted wingback or libero. 4-3-3 can without, but you won't score a lot of goals. Pressing for winger attack. Fullbacks coming inside. So this didn't work, right? So we're gonna put in another one. See whether this next one works or not. Because apparently this was crap. Okay. I call it trial or something like psychotic box. Wow, Ray Faro, where is this, man? This is like FM24, correct? Wow, so many tactics. Trial defensive. Okay. All right, we're gonna drop this guy here. Play this guy as inverted wingback on a tank for the fun of it, and play this guy inverted wingback on a tank. Let's go harakiri through the middle, okay? And then we go focus play through the middle because this time I really want them to tuck inside. Okay, so we're gonna use that. Overlap. No need. Okay. Okay. So Libero's coming here, which sounds stupid. Yeah, it really sounds stupid for the Libero to come inside here. Got the inverted backs coming here, the inverted backs. So this guy should really be white center backs. Okay. All right, let's keep that as white center backs. And then this guy will stay in the center. Okay. All right, focus play in the middle. Bam. We go through the middle. Okay, whatever. Okay, let's hope this works. Famous last words. The idea here is they two inverted backs come in like that, right? And then we got right to the middle. Absolutely makes no sense to me. Why? Because there is nobody giving us any width in this tactic. That's the other funny thing about Football Manager. You need to get width from somewhere. Apparently, I think I got that clue from a comment some one of the developers made. I don't. He didn't say you need to choose roles and give you width, but more like a side remark that somebody made once about width. And I was thinking to myself, well, they do place some value on width. Okay, so now we see this. Okay, so we got Damian. That's our inverted wingback. That's nice to see because the reason why the inverted wingback can go to the flanks because they got the DMs here. They're blocking his way, so he's going to go down the flanks. That's why the inverted wingback actually works in this scenario. Because it is double do, right? So once in a while he goes like, oh shit, now I got to go here. I can't really come through the middle anymore. So he got Bologna scored a goal. Oh, I can't believe it. We've conceded a goal, man, at home to Bologna. The Bolognese. Yeah, Bastoni now. Hakan, Varela, Dumfries looks inside again. All right, that was quite fast. Okay, again now. Oh no. No, okay, that's it. Time for us to get stuck in. Step up more. Go a bit slightly higher. All right, we're gonna trap them inside. Yeah. Okay. Stop the cross. So we're gonna defend a bit. We're gonna defend a bit wider. Means the positioning is a bit wider. I'm gonna draw the press inside so I can do the counters from inside. Okay, a bit more complicated. Yeah. So now I got these traps. Let's because we have two volantes anyway. So let's see if this works. Damn it, this stream is full of famous last words. So let's see if this works. I mean, what else are you gonna do, right? So sometimes when you don't understand instructions in the game, you do try things out just to understand what's happening. So but you have to like kind of know what to expect. So I'm kind of expecting the balls to go through the have inverted wingbacks, right? Yeah, okay. So what's gonna happen is we have the trap inside. So they're all showing everybody inside. So it'll start from here. So they come inside, hopefully the volante is up to the challenger. Alright, so we got 2D classic done. Let's go. So we're gonna draw in and then get stuck in. There we go. See, the passes are now coming through the middle, right? What we're hoping to do is get a counter there. Oh shucks. Oh, good. Again, they're letting them come inside. Okay, there. Oh, you just watch. It's gonna be go inside. Then we go inside again, and we open the area up through the middle. Hopefully, the extra numbers there help in losing the ball. Yeah. Okay. Oh, beautiful. Denzel Dumfries actually this inverted wing, but doesn't really work. Let's just kill that. Now, okay. Now we get the width coming from our two wing backs on attack. Okay. Hey, we gone into a 5-2-2-1. Oh, that's it. We made a 5-2-2-1. Oh man. This is the meta shape. Okay, nice. And then so Dumfries runs the wing back, giving us the width, gets into the area. Barella is on a yellow card already because of the trap inside. Chances are he'll pick up a yellow card with trap inside. We're drawing, we're asking them all to come in, right? So they were gonna come in to the trap. And then the Volante will be quite out of position. Dumfries already a yellow card, so he's not really going to help him. So there's a strong possibility he's walking soon unless I take him off. So you bring Juan Cuadrado on. Okay. Yeah, Dumfries has got 25th minute already picked up a yellow card. Oh, that was fast, man. Okay, the formation looks a bit better. Okay, now target forward. Shadow striker. Let's create a combination so it doesn't drop all the time. So it goes poacher, shadow striker. Three-man attacking partnership. So this poacher now is going to be keeping those guys. I love it. You see, get stuck in. Still on yellow card, but hasn't gotten sent off yet. In a tactic which is designed to get him sent off because he's going to be allowing those players to come in, right? So the Volante is expected to do a few challenges. Then he can't go in again. Counter press, he lost the ball. His first touch, he didn't go in. That's because he's on a yellow card. So whenever you have these kind of situations where your Volante is that role, right, has got he's picked up a yellow card, he's not gonna go in. So you got to be aware of that trait, or rather his tendency to. So let's just get out of this comprehensive highlight. Gosh, we've seen enough. That's a question of whether or not we get our players sent off. Okay, I like what I see now. This is more fun now. This is going to be the ultimate trial defensive one. Yeah, this is crazy, you know. This is a crampy tactic. Okay, we just do higher and then we can push this up to trigger press more often. Okay. So a chip doesn't expose our defenders. Serbi to Damian. Oh, he lost the ball again. There we go. Barella wins the ball again. Brilliant. Bastoni to Hakan to Mickey. Loses a chuck. Damian again. Damian plays inside. Larson. Brilliant ball to the wing back. Wing back goes in. And almost got. Oh my goodness. We missed another goal. He's playing much better now. So in this setup, right, the Volantes need to be able to tackle. If the Volantes don't tackle, can't tackle, then your tactic will fall apart. Right. So all these players, like this group of players, will probably pick up yellow cards. So you gotta make sure that you have the players for it. So Fratesi now comes on. Stefano Sansei now comes on. So we got fresh legs there. We'll play. I think we can leave these guys in there. You know, Lukaku now. I don't know. Larson, Lukaku, shadow striker. Another cheat code, right? Shadow striker is a target man. Can work. Because then he scored the goal. So tactically, we made the right move. We did the right thing. That's why we got a goal. So this actually worked. So wing back attack, shadow striker, shadow poacher, volante. And then what we did was focus play to the middle, right? Okay. But we also did this. Step up more trap inside and stop crosses. So the team is going to defend wider. But when we have the ball and when we are attacking, we are fairly narrow. So we're looking to play inside on default as well. So okay. Not too bad. Managed to get a goal. Then we lost one player. So we'll bring on this guy, whoever he is. I have no idea who these players are. We're just randomly picking a player from the bench and going, okay, who's that player? I don't know. I've never seen him in my life. That's very positive thinking. Yeah, that's the way I play the game. We don't know who these buggers are. Skoropski. So far it's okay. Stopping the cross. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. Up. It's gone through the middle. That's where we want. Nope. They scored a goal. Bloody hell. Bologna. Let's berate the whole team. Apparently they must have done something too. Made a change. Look at this. Expose our defenders. Our wingback was all the way here. Oh, I know why. Okay. Fratesi. Okay. Well, I guess for when a person runs with ball often. Wrong choice of that DM position. Sensei, oh my goodness. Jumpy reached that. Okay, I know why we consider a goal. The two guys that came on definitely shouldn't be in the team. Yeah. Okay, let's go Sensei to Mickey. Come on, Mickey. Oh, what a terrible pass. Oh, Lotaro finds him in space. Mickey shoots from range. Cracks the woodwork. The blue Neri. So, I mean, making small tweaks to your tactic, no. That's it, no. That's it. Don't think that PIs are the be all and the end all of all your tactics. They're not going to make your tactic perform any better or worse. As long as you understand two concepts. Okay. It's a tendency to do something. That's it. Play instructions. When in doubt, choose the role that does it for you. Not the don't do a play instruction and then hope that it works. Yeah, we got a shock, baby. We 2 defeats in a row. No, we lost to Salernitana and we lost to Bologna. We're out of a job. We're out of a job. Let's go to the board. Let's see what the board thinks of our performance. Come on. Match performance. Let's see what say. The Blue Neri, whoever they are. Inter Milan. I'm very concerned about the team's performance. Bologna. They were disappointed to see the team fail to make their chances count in front of goal. Okay, that's for that one. Salernitana must be worse. F. I'm telling you, right? If all the matches, right, to get fired, it'll be this game. It'll be this game. It'll be this game. Because if anything else, right? If I were to lose this game in real, I think if Inter Milan were to lose this game in real life, probably the manager will be on the first slow boat to China. It's 2 shocks in a row. Club info. My job is under threat. Just watch. They're still pleased with our management of the team. No, they should be saying, work within which budget we're struggling. Finances, yeah, we overpaid our players. Look at that. I mean, what do you expect? We got Romelu Lukaku in the team. We got Domenico Berardi in the team. You think these players come cheap? You know, we need to bring them in. We need to pay them for their time. Yeah, you know, there's stuff. There's only 2 files you need to delete in order to revert the Milan changes. I know. I know. It's a name change fix. It's quite easy to do. I know. But I'm also a moderator on the forums. Sometimes we're very politely told not to do it. We're politely, sometimes, you know, it's like you're a tactics moderator. You're a moderator on the forums. They wanted to give you as official. I'm not officially employed by Sports Interactive, but sometimes it's better not to. There was a time, right? I even thought, right, SI won't give me a chance to preview any of their content or the game content because my channel has got, you know, as if Inter Milan are watching me play Football Manager. Dumbass. I don't know. But there's plenty of viewers on today's show, guys. Plenty. I want to thank all of you for coming in. You all made a great day, fun day. But I'm beginning to feel a bit high. Because I need to stretch. You know, at my age, you don't start walking around the house after about 1 hour sitting down, you're in trouble. Okay? Trust me. Okay? Hey, this is glory to Columbus. All right? This is an American club. Okay? Columbus Crew. I went to buy a t-shirt. Actually ordered it. See, some of you asked where do you get your jerseys from. My Columbus Crew jersey, which somebody took from my house. I don't know who took it. No, must be my wife. It's not here anymore. I don't know. She doesn't really wear jerseys. So I don't know where it is. I can't find it anywhere. It's a very nice Columbus Crew jersey. Or maybe I put it to one side because I started getting too fat for the jersey. I can't tell. Anyway, I want to thank all of you for coming on today's stream. Hope today's little show helped you guys out with play instructions. We're going to keep on doing it. Tomorrow is Bring Your Tactics. So you know what that means, right? It means that we're playing with your tactics, not with my crazy rendition. So bring up those tactics. We did Matty Zuck's tactic today, which is quite interesting. But I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Once again, thank you for all your support. And to all the guys that followed me today, thank you as well. I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. You stay safe. Be good. Don't enjoy your rest of the day. Okay, bye-bye.